Alright, what is good everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to give you guys our top 5 cheap players that can dominate your ranked games. So number 5 is probably the best budget defender as well as rebounder. So we're talking none other than Jonathan Isaac. This guy is an incredible defender. He gets boards also. He also can steal and get some blocks. He's crazy, but he does not score. Meaning that you will hope that your teammate can score and hope that you can block and get some boards so that your teammates can clutch it out for you. Now take a look at his exclusive ability. Basically what it does is that whenever you cause a moderate or a heavy shot contest, you will increase your rebound as well as your off-ball movement, meaning the more you play defense, the better he gets. So his dominance will increase his speed, his steal, and his block attribute. So make sure to use that in the clutch moment to try to get the blocks late game. So if we take a look at his stats, nothing is really overwhelming. He's got decent stats almost everywhere, but his best part is his block defense. He also has some pretty good rebounding and steal, so that's where he's gonna actually be really good at. Taking a look at the badges, he has quick chase, he has stamina siphon, Prince of Pursuit 3 is really good, and no fly zone. So you can see defensively, he's got really good defensive badges. He also has steal specialist and height advantage, so really good when it comes to that. Again, his abilities for move comparison wise, he's got snatch block, which is nice, and reaching steal, so you can see very good when it comes to defensive stats, but offensively, he's not going to be there. So you really want to play as much as you can as a defensive anchor while getting rebounds. So that's why he is going to be our number 5. So number 4 is the best budget two-way player. He can score, but also get rebounds and has some pretty decent defensive stats. Number 4 is none other than Andrew Wiggins. This guy is the best two-way budget player. He can knock down the 3 as well as defend and get rebounds. He is incredibly strong. So his ability, Flying Fortress, means that he has less chance of getting blocked when it comes to his dunk, and his exclusive pump fake gives him a speed boost, meaning he can pump fake, speed boost, get a dunk that's basically unblockable. And his dominance basically means that he's less likely to get blocked, meaning he can dunk over people, which is okay. Not the best, but okay. So if you're taking a look at his stats, we can see he's average in strength, speed, and mid-range. But where he excels in is in 3 points, dunks, as well as defense stats. His rebounding is serviceable at 500, but you will see he can get blocks as well. And more notably, he's going to be able to defend a lot of players and knock down those 3s, which is essential when you're playing ranked games. Taking a look at the badges, Airborne is going to be really good for getting those dunks. He's got corner 3 specialist, first step, massive 3-point pull-up. So catch and shoot will be really good for him, but he can also get those dunks. While on defense, he has solid footwork as well as breakaway artist. Catch and shoot plus clutch shooter makes it really good those late games. You have Prince of Pursuit, which at I think level 2 is only 40%, but still has a chance to get those chase down blocks, and height advantage, which is weird because he's only 6'7". Not going to be phenomenally taller than most players, but really good. He's got the alley-oop, he's got the step back, nimble crossover, so you can see he's got a huge amount of these moves that will help him on offense, but on defense, he'll be able to guard those players, and that's why he is our number 4. So number 3, we have 2 players that are very similar, and both of them are going to be really good, especially when it comes to playmaking and shooting. We're talking none other than Spencer Dinwiddie and D'Angelo Russell. Bobby and I have argued on which of these players we think is best, and we both agree they're both very similar, so you can't go wrong with any of these 2. So Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be a slightly higher overall. He's going to cost a little bit more, but he's also a little bit taller, so that might give him a slight edge. So D'Lo's flow pass is really nice. Basically, if he passes the ball to his teammates, they get a speed boost as well as a dunk rate boost. But if he catches the ball and passes it back within 2 seconds, that bonus will double. So he's really good at helping out his teammates. And his dominance is actually really good for scoring. He reduces the resistance when it comes to shooting, meaning he's going to hit more contested shots. And that has a 50% chance to double. Matter of fact, it goes up to 65 if you max him out. So that's a really good way to score with this player. And Spencer Dinwiddie's space control's ability is actually really strong for getting spacing. If someone's really close to him, he's going to get a speed boost. But if he's far enough, he's going to actually get a boost to his field goal percentage, meaning that he's going to knock down shots if he gets the space. And his dominance is actually really good as well. Increases his field goal percentage for shooting 3 points and mid-ranges by 10%, so he will knock down even more shots. So if we take a look at the stats, they're very similar, especially when it comes to offense. Their stats are basically within a few points of each other. You can see speed is 9 points of each other, 3 points is 10 points of each other, and mid-range is 10 points of each other. Now the best part about this is that D'Lo does have significantly higher passing as well as steals. That makes it a better defender as well as a better passer, which you can see for the playmaking skills of D'Lo. So you take a look at the badges right now, they're very similar. However, Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be a little bit better at driving to the basket, and D'Lo is going to be better at playmaking. playmaking, meaning that you can see the off-the-screen shooter means that pick and pops are going to be really good. We also have special delivery for both of them. Precision passing is really huge for D'Angelo Russell. Corner special going into Spencer Dinwiddie, but we have clutch shooter for the lovely D'Angelo Russell. Ability-wise, they both have the step back, but the step back 2 makes D'Angelo Russell hit those step backs at a faster rate, meaning that he can hit those nasty crossovers and then hit the step back to hit a nasty 3, especially if you get a screen. He will not be missing those 3, and that's why he's very strong. Me personally, I would pick D'Angelo Russell. Bobby loves Spencer Dinwiddie. I like shooting and I like being able to play make, so for me, D'Angelo Russell is slightly stronger than Dinwiddie and he's slightly cheaper. So that's why those 2 players are my number 3. So number 2 might be a shock to some of you guys. This guy is going to be a defensive monster, get massive amount of block, and he can knock down the 3. So Brook Lopez has one of the best blocking ability in the game, probably better than some epic and legendary in the game. He also can knock down the 3, so you can actually set a screen, pop to the corner, and hit a 3, and it is lights out. And the reason he's not number 1 is because his speed is very low. He's not going to be able to catch up the cat and try to contest with 3-point, and his strength is not good enough to kind of contest with the players like Embiid. So he's not going to be as good compared to those players in higher ranks, but he's still very strong. Now, if we take a look at his stats, we can see he's a 7'1" center, which is really good, and his abilities is insane. So Brook Lopez's ability target lock is so strong. Basically, when you get a block, which you will get a lot, it will go towards his teammate if possible, meaning you can get more possessions and be able to hit those shots wide open as soon as your teammate gets the ball and passes to you. So very good ability. Now, we take a look at his stats, you can see he's got incredible stats. 801 strength. His defensive rebounds are in the mid 700, but if you take a look at his 3-point, 748, and he's got 849 block, which is one of the highest in the game. He is a block monster. Now, these are all the stats you would need for a good center, not just in the rares, but in the game, so that's why he can dominate really well. Now, if you take a look at his badges, you can see he's got all the badges that a center would want. He's got Elite Rebounder, Prince of Pursuit, No Fly Zone. He's also got the Corner 3 Specialist. He's got Pick and Roll Master. He's got so many great badges. Catch and Shoot, Height Advantage, meaning if you pick and pop, go to the corner or your hot zone, you will hit those shots. Now, his only biggest downside for shooting is that his blue zone is so small. One of the smallest blue zone in the game, so you have to be accurate to try to hit those shots, which is fine, or else he would have been broken, but still, very good abilities. Long range blocker is huge there. Box out counter is okay. Snatch block is good as well. So you can see Brook Lopez is a phenomenal player, and that's why he's my number 2. Now, before we go to our number 1 player, I want to give you guys a honorable mention for 2 players that I think are decent, but are not as good as the top 5 players. These are higher skill gap players, and if you want to use them, you can, but you have to be really good or your teammates are going to hate you. So these 2 players are going to be Jordan Poole and Jalen Green. These 2 players have similar abilities where as they score more and more, they will get better at the game, meaning if you're good at scoring, you will dominate with these 2 players. So how Heat Wave works is whenever your teammate scores, there's going to be a hot spot that opens up. When you shoot and hit from that hot spot, you're going to get an increase in field goal as well as your dominance is going to go up. And you can activate the dominance to increase your field goal percentage so that you can hit shots easier. Now, what that means is that as the game goes on, you hit more and more shots, you become more and more unstoppable. And that's why he's a very strong player. And Jalen Green's initiation is very similar. Essentially, when he scores, he has a 33% chance to be red hot, meaning that he will increase his field goal percentage as well as his dunk rate, meaning he has less chance of getting blocked as well as scoring more often. Now, if you get back-to-back layups, you're 100% guaranteed to get that. So in this similar situation, if you score more and more, you have a higher chance of getting more bucket, meaning you're going to snowball and be unstoppable. Now, if we take a look at the stats, you can see that Jordan Poole is slightly better when it comes to scoring. Now, if we talk about dunking, Jalen Green is hands down the better dunker. 840 dunking is ridiculous, but also both of them have 800 3-point. Their speed is about 800, so really fast, and they both have really good mid-range, meaning they can hit some crazy good mid-range shots, but Jalen Green will be able to get some dunks over players. Badges, you can see Jalen Green has better dunking badges. However, we have better shooting when it comes to J. Poole, but we do have both of them having some of those shooting badges that you would want, like 3-point pull-up. We also have, whereas acceleration master is really good. Then we have unlimited range, clutch shooter, catch and shoot. Those are all for Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole is going to be the better shooter, but when it comes to overall scoring, I think Jalen Green's better. We also have the step back, which is nasty for Jalen Green. Anytime you have a silver step back, insane. Very good player for that. And both of them are really good. Jordan Poole slightly better at shooting. Jalen Green is going to be better at dunking. However, they are very streaky. If you're not going to hit shots, you're going to do very bad and your teammates will hate you for that. And for those reasons, they are my honorable mentions. And finally, in number 1, we have a player that basically never misses 3-point shot. We are talking none other than Bogdan Bogdanovic. This guy is lights out when it comes to 3-point. I basically don't miss with him if I'm wide open for threes, which is insane in the game. Now keep in mind, he's going to be a little bit more expensive than these other players, but still very affordable. A maxed out Bogdanovic only costs about 2.2 million, meaning that he is very cheap and he dominates. I actually used him in a tournament and managed to score 15 points in a tournament. He is incredible. And low-key, he can get some crazy rebounds, which is pretty solid since he plays a power forward position. And his exclusive is actually really strong. Essentially what it does is if he's open, for every second he's open for up to 4 seconds, he's going to get a field goal percentage boost to 3-point and mid-range. Not only that, he's got a crazy step back, meaning that he can go open, hit the step back to the 3-point corner, and he's going to knock it down every single time. And his muscle memory, his dominance ability doubles that. So he will get lights out as the game goes on. Now if you take a look at his stats, he's pretty below average for almost everything, but he does have crazy 3-point and mid-range. His defense is okay, but you can see his main thing is shooting. You go to the corner, you can hit corner threes like nobody's business. I actually don't think I missed a corner three in the whole time that I played with him. And the badges he has are actually really good, especially for shooters. He's got corner three specialist, 3-point pull-up. He's also got the catch and shoot. You can see off-screen shooter is also really nice, and he's got unlimited range. You know how rare unlimited range is for rare players? He can hit some crazy, nasty long-range shots, and his moves are actually really good. He's got a floater, he's got a jab step, he's got pump fake and pass and drive, meaning you can catch, pump fake, take a dribble, step back, pass it. That's crazy. No one expects that, but he is crazy when it comes to that nimble crossover. And if you take a look at his heat map, you can see a lot of red, especially the left corner. To be honest, he can hit it from any corner, but the left corner, it's gonna be your best friend. You will basically not miss a single three. He is insane. And for those reasons, he's my #1, and you have to have him in your lineup. Anyway, that's it for me today. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my list. If you disagree, let me know who should people be trying to build. Obviously, there's a lot of players that I kind of put under the radar, but if there's a player that I should try or anybody should try, you put it in the comments down below. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!